he was coming from. And so after 9/11 happened, Brzezinski, like maybe General Clark, was one of these people who said, 7 countries in 5 years that had nothing to do with 9/11, and this is all obviously going to benefit Israel. The 7 countries are the 7 countries in the region that Israel doesn't like. Brzezinski said, "What are we doing here? We're going to squander our blood and treasure and our good name and our soft power, just for what? To make life easy for Netanyahu? That's ridiculous." So Brzezinski led the pushback within the deep state against the neocon Zionist perpetrators of 9/11. And his people, including people like Gwyneth Todd, people who thought like him, stopped the attack on Iran that was scheduled for 2007. Gwyneth Todd barely escaped with her life. She was the top advisor to the admiral in Bahrain. And there was a false flag plan. The false flag, Zionist people were going to sink an American ship and blame it on Iran. And she blew the whistle to the State Department, and they almost killed her. She escaped with her life, and she's been hiding out in Australia ever since. So Brzezinski's people have been that element of the deep state that's been pushing back against the neocon Zionist Likud 9/11 perpetrators. That is Netanyahu and Sharon and that whole element from Israel, along with Wolfowitz and Pearl, people operating out of Dick Cheney's office. Those were the people that did 9/11. And Brzezinski thought that was a bad policy. He thought that America was squandering its strength on behalf of expansionist Israel, and there was no reason to do that. So that's why Obama's 8 years in power, which were nearly stymied by Republican Zionist neocon election fraud, were not particularly congenial to Netanyahu. Netanyahu and Obama had a big feud going. They didn't like each other personally. And Obama never liked Netanyahu's extremist Likud policy very much either. And so that's why the Zionists did their little regime change in 2016 and stole those swing states for Trump and put Trump in power. And so that's where we are today. It's really anybody's guess where Biden's going to go. Some people predict he's going to be the most sort of pro-Zionist Democrat since, before, I don't know, maybe Clinton or even before that. Others not so sure. Biden was he was sometimes the most pro-peace guy in the Obama administration. So we'll see where that all goes. But in any case, the war drums are beating with Iran, and the same people, the people that blew up the Twin Towers, that tried to launch a nuclear pretext for an invasion of Iran in 2007, and who've been pushing this extreme policy against Iran since Trump's been in office in 2016. They're still out there, and I'm not even sure if they're going to be gone once Trump's gone. But they're certainly doing everything they can right now during Trump's final 2 weeks. And it wouldn't surprise me if they did somehow manage to get something big going against Iran before Trump leaves office.